What's up, Star Wars fans? My name is Prince and I am an urban acolyte, and we're going to continue this thing. I'm trying to do 50 videos in the month of July talking about everything interesting that I find about Star Wars, and I'm not doing that to spam you guys. I'm actually doing it to get right with the algorithm. I need to tell YouTube, hey, this is about Star Wars discussions, and I'm the place you need to send people who want to have deep, in-depth discussions about Star Wars and just have fun, right? So that's why I'm doing this little experiment, and we'll see how it goes at the end of the month, if I get 30, 40, or 50 videos. But anyway, this is kind of a follow-up. So the last discussion I did was on Carrie Fisher and Han Solo, and Han Solo's character. Had someone had the foresight to know that Carrie Fisher wouldn't be around to complete this saga, would they have made the decision to kill off Harrison Ford's character Han Solo in The Force Awakens? And I neglected to talk about the fact that Harrison Ford wanted the Han Solo character to die, right? But it's interesting because this second post kind of follows up that video excellently, and it's posted by Colton CM. The title of his post is Trevorrow's comment, Episode 9 being Carrie's film does not mean she was going to redeem Ben Solo. And so he cites this quote from Colin Trevorrow about his conversation with Carrie Fisher. It reads, "The minute she finished, she grabbed me and said," meaning she finished, I guess that was, she finished The Force Awakens. She grabbed me, meaning Colin Trevorrow, and said, "I'd better be at the forefront of 9 because Harrison was front and center on 7 and Mark is front and center on 8. She thought 9 would be her movie, and it would have been," right? And Colin Trevorrow has been on record after The Force Awakens saying that in his vision for Episode 9 was that Carrie Fisher would be front and center. It would be very Leia heavy, very Leia focused, right? So Colton starts his post. He says, "A lot of people assume that quote from Colin Trevorrow meant that Leia would redeem her son, Kylo Ren or Ben Solo, but I don't think this was the case. One must consider the broader storytelling reasons that Kylo killed Han. It was to offer Kylo Ren essentially the same decision that Vader had in Return of the Jedi. It was to show that it wasn't compelling enough to bring him back. He murdered his father. It is doubtful that his mother, who trusted Han to have a better shot at bringing him back than even Luke, would stand any better chance at saving him. It is clear that Kylo Ren's family is the reason that he's disillusioned on the idea of it entirely. The best way to break that spell would be to have an outsider come in and slap some sense into him, leading us to the next point. This trilogy is about the new generation. Finn, Rey, Kylo, and Poe to a certain degree now that Carrie has passed. All major story developments need to come from them, those 3 characters, or 4 characters. All Luke and Leia can do at this point is guide and support, move the plot along in a way that sets up the major character triumphs in Episode 9. This means Rey will be the largest factor in Ben's redemption. So what then was Leia's larger role in Episode 9 if not the redemption of her son? It's a mirror of Han's. In a classic Campbellian, he's talking about Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. A fallen hero will often find redemption and then seek the forgiveness of the father figure that they rebelled against in the first place. In the original saga, wait a minute, what is this? In the sequel trilogy, this father figure is replaced. It's just said ST. I didn't know what ST meant. In the sequel trilogy, this father figure is replaced with Leia. The opening line of the first Mortis arc in the Clone Wars states, "Balance is found in the one who faces his guilt." Kylo Ren will be brought around by Rey, and then he will go on to seek his mother's forgiveness, or at least that was what was supposed to happen. I happen to think it will still happen by some film trickery, either recut scenes or recast, or somehow making a Force Ghost Leia either an apparition or just a voice that can commune with Kylo post-redemption and offer him her forgiveness and love, allowing him to have finally confronted the guilt so that he can move on. I think the best way to handle it would be for Kylo, Rey, and maybe Luke to travel to some Force Nexus area like Mortis, where the Force is strong enough to allow Leia, someone who was Force sensitive, to break through just enough to speak to her son. I think voice work would be the most respectful way to handle her passing and still give her the role she deserves in 9, which is to demonstrate that a mother's love knows no bounds. Just my 2 cents. Now, here's the thing is that if General Leia Organa was supposed to be front and center in episode 9, right? We're thinking as Kylo Ren's is the mother to Ben Solo, her role there. But she also has a role as a general, right? So there's this whole thing that's going on with the war between the New Republic, the Resistance, and the First Order. So she would have had a role to play there in that battle. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I feel like I'm on TV. I need a crew to tell me which camera's on. All right. And then there's also the possibility that there's the redemption arc for Kylo Ren becoming Ben Solo again, right? And but there isn't, because we haven't looked at least I haven't. I need to look through Campbell for that. I've always said that Kylo Ren represents the tyrant in Joseph Campbell's work, right? It's the person who they believe that they're the hero. They're the hero of their own story, but they're a tyrant, right? They have neglected their call and accepted someone else's call. And I talked about that in my videos on my series on why I think Kylo Ren turned to the dark side, is maybe he knew something about this person that was going to come along who ended up being Rey. Not he knew Rey, but he knew something about them. J.J. Abrams said that they have a connection. They've had a connection, but they've got to unravel it. And people have taken that to mean Reylo, hashtag Reylo, because they're going to hook up and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Reylo. I think that Rey and Kylo Ren have some kind of connection, and I think that they're going to be connected. What I think is that Kylo Ren is on the journey to becoming the tyrant. He's not the tyrant yet. He's not even the lead villain. He's the Supreme Leader. Snoke is the man. And what have I said all along? If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. I think that the First Order is going to tear itself apart from the inside, right? What do you think that Hux is going to do when he finds out that Phasma took down those shields, right? People keep saying, well, Phasma, she's no true leader. You just seen one part of the story. What happens when all of that unravels? What if Phasma decides that she doesn't want to listen to Hux anymore because she'd been a little girl and he was a little snotty kid, and she had and Ray Sloan put her under him, and she's been under him, and she's ready to shake that noose off and be her own person. You know, she don't want to be Commander Malaris anymore or Captain Phasma. Maybe she wants to be the woman. Maybe she wants to be the man, right? With the master plan. Maybe Kylo Ren wants to be the man over the mystical arm of the First Order, or the whole shebang, right? Because what did the visual guide say on Kylo Ren on his entry? It says that he feels that he is privileged. He has the right to rule over the weaker beings in the galaxy. And right now he feels like, well, I got my butt whooped by this Rey chick, right? And then I'm under the noose of this Supreme Leader Snoke dude. And then I got my uncle to deal with. I need to knock off Luke. I need to knock off Luke. I need to knock off Rey. I need to knock off Snoke. I need to knock off my mom, because even Leia gets mentioned in the novelization of The Force Awakens when he's talking about, oh, the Millennium Falcon has been spotted. The droid is on the Millennium Falcon, and it's in your hands, Han Solo. Kylo Ren, not even the master of the Knights of Ren is ready to face such a challenge, or whatever. I can't do a Snoke impersonation, but my point is, that's what we see in the movie, but in the book, there's mention of Leia as well. Snoke is basically trying to isolate Kylo Ren from everybody. He's saying that all these people, the Skywalker line, as strong as it is in the Force, it's weak because they're attracted to the light. And as long as all of them are around, you're still going to be attracted to the light too. So we're going to knock off the weakest link. Sorry, Han. So we're going to take out Han. Then we need to worry about how to take out Luke and Leia. Targeting Dakar with Starkiller Base would have taken Leia out had she not been able to escape the base if they had been successful in their assault. And then it would have left Luke. Now, Snoke's thing is, you know what? We're going to leave Snoke. We're going to leave Snoke. We're going to leave Luke where Luke is. As long as he's nowhere and he can't raise up a new generation of Jedi, then he's off the table and we have nothing to worry about. So we need to get rid of Han, your father. We need to get rid of Leia. So those are Snoke's plans, really, to isolate Kylo Ren, maybe so there's nothing to compel him back to the light. But I feel like, you know, maybe Kylo Ren feels some guilt. This dude, you got me to kill my father. Now I'm going to kill you. And then he's going to take revenge. And that's not the Jedi way. I think Kylo Ren is so conflicted that I can't see him turning back to the light. Not this soon. And what have I said all along? You know, you got Vader's castle and you got TMZ saying, well, Kylo Ren is gonna go to Mustafar with the Knights of Ren, and they will go into Vader's castle and they will find the dark side secrets that are hidden there on Mustafar. I don't know if he actually said that because I haven't watched the video and I'm not, but I'm sure some TMZ fan will tell me everything that he said in the comments, and he'll probably call me an asshole, something else, and I give zero fucks. So my point is, I'm gonna leave all of this in this video. I'm not gonna edit it. My point is, I really think that Kylo Ren is he's too messed up to have a redemption. I think it would, now to comment on that, I think it would be cool. It would be cool if Rey convinces Kylo Ren to come back to the light. The redemption can be through the uncle, through Luke Skywalker. But that's the hero's journey, and Kylo Ren is not the hero. That's not in the fallen hero's journey. It's not the hero fell and then they wrote, you're the hero. You experience death. You take a plunge. That's unless Kylo Ren is a hero and his death, his plunge, is actually his turn to the dark side. That's the only, so he's got the encounter with the wise person. That wise person, I'd have to really, to talk about a Kylo Ren redemption, I would actually really need to sit down. I can't do it off the dome because it would require me to make up a lot of stuff, right? I have to start, because we don't know the conditions of how Kylo Ren turned to the dark side. What we think is Snoke did it. Was it Snoke all along? Did Snoke come up on the scene? Were the Knights of Ren already existent? Because the concept art in the Art of the Force Awakens seems to imply, in the captions at least, that the Knights of Ren were already there. They say Kylo Ren fell in with a gang, which means the gang was already there. He joined them, right? So who are the Knights of Ren? Are they dark side Force adepts? Meaning, do they have the darks? Do they have the Force? Are they Force attuned? Meaning they're like Chirrut Imwe. They study the Force. They're not Force sensitive. They're not children of the Force, but they study the dark. They are Sith cultists, like we've seen with the Brotherhood of the Beyond, or damn it, what? I always forget their names. I don't remember, the Acolytes of the Beyond or something. I always forget their names because I'm working on my own group for this other project that I'm supposed to be writing. And those guys are like the Brotherhood of the Abyss or the Acolytes of the Abyss. And so I forget, I think it's the Acolytes of the Beyond or something, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about? The people in Aftermath that are raising hell, that are kind of puppets of Yuk-Tashu. Those people. And they're stealing lightsabers. And they think they have Vader's lightsaber on Terrace or whatever. But anyway, my point is, we don't know why Kylo Ren turned to the dark side. We don't know much about Kylo Ren as a child, why Leia sent him off to train with Luke. There were things that I read a long, long time ago, like in January when I was first getting into Star Wars. And it's things that I wished I had done videos on, but it's because I would have record of them, but I was so new that you guys wouldn't have seen the video. Some of you guys just came this time last year, so all that old stuff, like me talking about how the Sith will come back to Star Wars, y'all might not even have been around for those videos that I did. I was working on those this time last year in this very same spot in a different part of my house, right? I'm like, it's weird. It's like deja vu. I'm right back around. Maybe I'll have some viral videos in July like I had a year ago, right? When I cut that Rey the First Jedi video, which I got to do a follow-up to. I keep forgetting. I got to do a follow-up to it's how Rey will balance the Force, right? I've been sitting on that video since this time last year. How Rey will bring balance to the Force. I've probably forgotten what I was gonna say now. Been so long. But anyway, I mean, what do you guys think about if they were to go this route that what's your name again? That Colton said that Rey and Luke redeem Kylo Ren, and then there's like this symbolic redemption where they don't even have to go to a Force Nexus place. I imagine that Ahch-To is strong in the Force, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Ahch-To turns out to be somewhere like Dagobah, and Mortis, where time is funny, right? That's why nobody knows how long Luke Skywalker trained with Yoda, because he might have been on Dagobah for a couple of days, but it could have been, but in Dagobah time, it was several months or years, right? And even though it seemed like it was only several days to the rest of the galaxy, just like on Mortis, they were there for a while, but when they left, it was like the blink of an eye. You guys disappeared for a moment. We couldn't make contact or weren't on the sensors, and it seemed like a glitch in the sensors, even though, they had this whole, 3-episode adventure on Mortis, the Mortis arc of the Clone Wars. So they could just go back to Ahch-To if it doesn't get destroyed, and commune and speak with the spirit of Leia from beyond. I'm sure there's some kind of, the Force is the magic in Star Wars. I'm sure there's some kind of ritual to speak with the dead. They got some kind of Star Wars Ouija boards where Leia's voice can forgive Kylo Ren, because she can't appear as a Force ghost. She can't do the Qui-Gon thing because she hasn't had the training, unless Anakin reaches out and touches his daughter and trains her from beyond, which would be a way to introduce Hayden, to bring Hayden Christensen into, because Hayden could appear as a Force ghost, or they could have Hayden do it. Hayden could be the one. So there's a way that this could work. My thing is, I don't see a redemption arc for Ben Solo. Not this soon. Next trilogy, I could see that. So what I've read that the plan is, give me a moment. Let me check my time. Oh, wow. I talked 20 minutes. I didn't mean for this video to go this long, but at least I didn't get off on tangents. I'm actually talking about the topic. I'm going to end it on this one. I forgot what I was about to say now. Oh, yeah. What I've heard, and this came from StarWarsNewsNet.com, is that they would finish this trilogy out. There'll be standalone movies every year. There'll probably be a 2 or 3 year break, a gap, and then they pick up with the next trilogy, right? The third trilogy. Well, actually, this is the third trilogy, technically. The next trilogy after this, and it would pick up with the aftermath of Episode 9. And so, if you redeem Ben and that's where you're going to go, where this picks off in the aftermath, then you got to introduce a new villain. You've already got this person who is supposed to be the opposite, the reverse of Luke Skywalker. Like, you got the Flash and you got Reverse Flash. I'm something like the reverse. So you have Kylo Ren, who's the opposite of Luke Skywalker. Let him become more powerful. Everything that in Legends that Luke Skywalker was supposed... Luke Skywalker is the most powerful Jedi ever, and he sets up the Jedi Praxium and blah, blah, blah. Do that with Kylo Ren. Let him become this super powerful Force badass to counter Rey, who's extremely powerful and gifted, and she could end up being more than just a Jedi, which is part of a conversation I had with Uncle Iron Tamer, Dave Whitley. I have a feeling that Rey's gonna end up being something like the ones on Mortis, like something like, it doesn't mean she's a chosen one. She won't be able to balance the daughter and the son the way Anakin, but I mean, think about just how powerful the daughter or the son was on their own, and then think about, you know, Anakin was like the father. Rey could be like one of them on some level. I have a feeling that's where they're going with her. Just why she's so powerful, why she learned so fast, right? And then you got to remember what I've said all along is that Luke originally was supposed to have a sister who had been trained as a Jedi from birth, and when she got introduced in the sequel saga, it would be more about her story than Luke's. Luke would be kind of a subordinate to his sister who was more powerful. So now we have this woman who's more powerful than the Luke who is Kylo Ren, right? But all the things that were given to Luke in Legends, give that to Kylo Ren. Let him, the First Order falls, Kylo Ren is injured, he slinks away, and then what? But you know, and then you know, you have the Marvel post-credit scene, and Kylo Ren is on Mustafar, and whatever is under Vader's castle, because there's more on Mustafar. Mustafar has some connection with the dark side, maybe the Sith that goes way back, or you send him to what's the place that it starts with the M too, right? Malachor. Go back to Malachor. And well, you can't activate the weapon because the holocron has been destroyed. Thanks a lot, Ezra and Maul. You know, that's how they could introduce Ezra. He's trying to find this thing, and then it's like, oh, Ezra still got that holocron, even though it's destroyed. But maybe, hey, they could introduce Ezra. Kylo Ren goes looking for Ezra to activate that weapon on Malachor, and now you bring full circle. You got Rebels, you got someone from Rebels. You've ended Rebels, and now it's not like we got movies that are talking about Ezra Bridger, because Benicio del Toro's not Ezra Bridger. He's somebody else we don't know right now. Man, I'd end up talking another 10 minutes about this because I start pulling stuff out. This is why I don't do what if videos, because I'll come up with so much stuff. Y'all will be like, holy shit, man, Prince is insane. Pablo, listen to this dude, man. He's got so many freaking ideas, and he knows, you know, well, I don't know, but he can connect things. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to end this damn video before I start talking about how they can do episodes 10, 11, and 12, 15, 16, 17. God damn it. I'm having fun, y'all. So anyway, that's all I got for this one. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Make the commitment to becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community. I'm sweating. Anyway, I'm having fun with these videos. I hope y'all are having fun listening to me talk about this stuff. Please post your comments below so we can continue the discussion, because this is what I want this channel to be about. So that's all oh yeah, check out more of my videos, y'all, and share them with your friends who love this kind of stuff. Share them with Star Wars groups. Share them on Twitter. That's how you help me. I'm not asking you guys to give me money unless you want to support the podcast, but share my stuff and get the word out with mature Star Wars fans. But anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. That's all I got for this one. So y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you always.